What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Educated Barfly. Today we are going to be making the sex on the beach, but I got a couple of notes about it before we start. So usually we do classics and modern classics. This is definitely what I would term a club cocktail. And honestly, we have done these sort of cocktails before. So like the pina colada that we did probably like last year. We did a pina colada episode, and that's not necessarily a tiki cocktail. It gets lumped with tiki cocktails, but that's also kind of a club cocktail as well. This is a very popular drink. It has an interesting history, and I thought it would be kind of fun to cover it on the channel. And I am making the most expensive one in the world because I am using Clix vodka. Clix vodka is made by Buffalo Trace Distillery. There are only 2,000 of these bottles in existence. I was gifted this bottle by a dear friend of mine, and with the caveat that I use it in an episode. So I am going to be making this with the most expensive vodka that I could find, that I got on hand. You guys are going to be like, oh, there's no point in using that, and that's true. You can use any vodka you want. It's all really just going to come out the same. But I have this $400 bottle on hand. I might as well use it. If you want to see a little bit more about that vodka, watch us taste it. I did a little episode with this dude named Graham Stephan, who's a great YouTube channel. You should go check it out. And he came and helped me taste some vodkas. So this was one of the vodkas. So if you want to see a little bit more on the production of it and a little bit more about it, you should just go click on that video. Link is above. All right, let's get into the drink. First thing we're going to do is add some ice into our glass. Then we're going to do 1.5 ounces of vodka. Now we are pouring it in here and not shaking because we're going to be doing a layered look, which means that when you actually go to drink this, you are going to have to mix it up so that all of the elements are mixed together. Then we're going to be doing 1/2 ounce of, we're using creme de pêche, although originally it was peach schnapps, and that just also, I'm going to talk about the history when I finish this cocktail because I just realized I did not launch into the history of it. So that's 1/2 ounce of creme de pêche or peach schnapps. Then we're going to be doing 1.5 ounces of orange juice. I'm doing freshly squeezed orange juice. And then we're going to do another 1.5 ounces of cranberry juice. And you want to pour this kind of right on top of the ice because we're going to be doing that layered kind of look, so that it layers. Now, before we taste and finish and garnish this, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of the cocktail. So the bartender that purportedly brought us the sex on the beach was a guy named Ted Pizio, and he worked at a bar called Confetti in Fort Lauderdale. And basically National Distribution, which was the distribution company that was launching peach schnapps at the time, launched a cocktail competition, and Ted Pizio was the guy that won it in 1987. That said, there's a little bit of controversy as to whether or not that is true, because there is an account that the first written recipe for the sex on the beach was actually from the bartending school's mixing guide, or bartending school's cocktail guide from 1982. I have not tracked down the book. I didn't do very much research into that claim, so I don't know. I'm interested to find out, and I'm not surprised that this cocktail would be a marketing stunt a lot of times when cocktails like this come out, they are marketing stunts from distribution companies that want to sell. So for instance, National Distribution, that story, it actually is kind of an appealing story to me, that National Distribution say, well, we want to sell peach schnapps. We're going to hold a competition and see which bar sells the most peach schnapps based on putting it in a cocktail, and this guy won. That said, if there is a written account in 1982, then that is going to refute that story. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to garnish it. Usually you would technically garnish this with an orange slice, but I really like a grapefruit slice instead. Especially because if people like to put their slices in, or they like to squeeze the juice out, it's going to add a little bit more, like a little bitter note to it, which would be kind of nice. And it's not going to overly sweeten the cocktail. And then we're going to just get one of these little nice, too much, Leandro, too much, little umbrella. And we're going to stick it on this cherry. I'm going to stick the cherry into the slice here. And we're gonna garnish it like that, like so. But first, before I garnish it, we're gonna taste it. The thing is that when we taste it, because we kind of poured it in as sort of a little bit layered, and we kind of went for the layered look. We should have really poured it over a spoon if we were gonna really layer it. We're gonna have to mix this up a little bit so that we can actually taste it, the sum of its parts, I guess. And then there you have it with the garnish. There. Should I taste it with the garnish on? I'm gonna have to like hold it. I mean, I'm really not mad at that. Like really, I'm not mad at that. I mean, it's pleasant. It's, you know, the most forward flavor is the creme de pêche that we put in there. That is the most kind of robust flavor. But you know, the vodka is just a neutral. It's just neutral. This one's a little bit. It's not. It just doesn't have it's not harsh at all. So it's barely there. You know, it's got 1.5 ounces of vodka and 1/2 ounce of creme de pêche. So it's 2 ounces of booze in there. But you know, it's really just the orange juice and the peach that kind of gives it its flavors. I'm not going to say that it's a nuanced tasting cocktail, but it is not bad. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at that. So there you have it, my friends. The sex on the beach. If you like our channel, please hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see some good exclusive content, go to patreon.com/theeducatedbarfly, and I will see you next time.